begging or pleading for some food from this man, mother. They didn't even know who they were pleading to. They didn't know that this was the same man that they put into a pit. They didn't know that this was the same man that they sold to the Ishmaelites. They didn't know that this person that they were asking for was their brother. But their brother knew who they were. And it took him a minute to break. It took him a minute to accept the fact that I know who you are, but you don't know who I am. And sometimes God feels the same way about us. He looks at us, Mother Sattler, and says, I know who you are, but you don't know who I am. He looks at the little child, the older child, the teenager, and he says, I know who you are, but you have no idea who I am. And so Joseph looks at his brothers and he has to pretend to put on this image, to put on this front, but on the inside he wants to just wail and let loose and say, I'm the one that you have given up on. I'm the one that you sold into captivity. I'm the one that you put in a pit. I'm the one that you took the royal cloth, the coat off of me. I am the one that you were jealous of. I'm the one that you hated with a passion. I am that one. My Lord. And I want to recall your attention to yesterday. Like father, like son. Like father, like son. I'm the one that have lost everything that I have. I've lost everything that I knew that belonged to me. I am the one. And so he stands in front of his brethren and he says, you all sold me for 20 pieces of silver, my Lord, that you couldn't even divide among yourselves equally. You sold me for 20 pieces of silver. Nicole, they sold me for $250. Sister Helen, your sister sold you for $2.99. Somebody done sold God out. And as funny as that may be, we do that today. We do that today. When we don't pay our tithe, we pay for our hair that we got for real wigs. We done sold out for $4.99 when I see the Satisfied at Burger King. Oh my Lord. And I know I'm supposed to put it in the offering. I done sold out for $2.39 with tax, with tax, with tax. When we say, God, I got this bill and that bill and this bill and that bill, I can't pay tithe, I can't make sure that your house is taken care of. We're selling God out for that bill. We're selling him out for fingernails and hair and stuff. And it's all right to have those things, but don't sell God out. Don't sell him out. Don't sell him out. Look at your neighbor and say, don't sell out. Don't sell out. When we used to use the term sell out, that was somebody that done traded. We call a trader. Someone who turned their backs on us. Someone that we don't recognize anymore because they haven't done the thing that they should have done. Don't be a sellout. And young people, I want to encourage you as you metamorphosize to bring forth an harvest. When you change, change right. Jesus. Change right. Because some of us may change into someone else because that's how other folks want us to be. Some of us may change into whatever that makes a man want to look at us and to desire us. Some may want us to change so we can look like a woman would want us or desire us. Some of us may change for the wrong reason. Amen. But when you metamorphosize, there is another word that may come in. called a mutation.
Yes.
And that mutation is something that changed what should have normally occurred. You should have been preaching by now, but there was a mutation in your metamorphosis. You should be still a virgin right now, but there was a mutation in your metamorphosis. You should be farther along than where you are now, but there was a mutation in your metamorphosis.
Hallelujah.
So daily we have to check ourselves, mother, for mutations. And a mutation can come in when we tell our business to someone that we shouldn't. A mutation can come when you're talking to somebody and they're smiling in your face and they're stabbing you when you turn around. A mutation can come when we're not reading our word like we should, when we're not praying like we should, when we're not seeking God like we should, when we're not praising God like we should. There comes a mutation, Tisha, in our praise and in our worship. But for those who will stand firm and say, I'm going to wait on the right metamorphosis, I'm going to tell you, when that change comes, they ain't even going to know it. They're not even going to know it. And again, we talked about yesterday, we talked about that caterpillar, and we talked about there's going to be a time that you're going to be in this cocoon, Stacy, and nobody is going to see you. Nobody is going to recognize you. Nobody is going to know what you're about. Nobody is going to know what's going on, and you're going to have that feeling like nobody loves you. Nobody cares. Nobody is thinking about you. Nobody calling and checking up on you, but just realize you in your metamorphosis.
Yes.
And you can't have everybody looking at you doing your change.
Yes.
When you go to change your clothes, everybody don't look at you. When you change, when you're bathing, everybody don't look at you when you're going through your metamorphosis. When they see you is when you step out of your metamorphosis. The next time somebody going to see you is going to be after the metamorphosis. It's going to be after the change. We told you at the end of the caterpillar becoming a butterfly, he only lives 30 days. He only lives 30 days after the metamorphosis. So spend time in the change and not trying to be changed. Spend time in the cocoon and not trying to be seen. Because that change is going to come and you ain't even going to know it. They're not going to even know it. So we find ourselves looking at Joseph in this chapter, and he's in a tomb. And he's saying, Lord, why am I here? I should be partying like everybody else. I should be doing things that I see everybody else do. I should be drinking and smoking and having sex. I should be doing everything that I see everybody else do. Why am I not able to do like everybody else? Why did I find myself in this pit? Why do I have the burden on the inside to pay tithe? Why do I have the burden on the inside to go to church? Why do I have the burden on the inside to do more for God when my own life is broken up? Why? Hallelujah. Because you are going through that metamorphosis. Yes. Joseph said in that ending is that I understand what had to happen to me, God had to allow that to happen to you to bring in the harvest. And the first part of that harvest was to bring you in.
All right now.
It was to bring us in. It was to bring me in. So when we find ourselves in a pit, when we find ourselves looking to the right and looking to the left and looking in front of us and looking behind us, and it feels like that every wall is up against us and we can't see our way through. We don't know what to do. Lord, I'm trying to move to the left and to the right, and I can't move anywhere. God, what is going on? I'm trying to make ends meet, and things won't do like I want them to do. What is stand still
Yes.
and look up.
Hallelujah.
When you find yourself into a pit, and I'm closing now, when you find yourself with nothing to hold on, when you find yourself all alone, stop, shut up, and look up. The change that's coming is coming not